Fund Supermart, your online gateway to unit trusts.
Hi Miyuki, why should investors look into Japan small caps?
Okay, that's a very good question. I think those are two questions in one. First, why investors should look at Japan is very interesting. Japan, having been in deflation for almost 20 years, is now finally beginning to recover. So Japan actually contracted in terms of nominal GDP, but now we're expanding. So a very interesting phase in the overall market in the very long term. In terms of small caps, this is where the most interesting companies lie in Japan. We're growth managers, and as you can imagine, with large caps, by definition, the rate of growth for them has probably already slowed in most companies, where you find lots of exciting companies with very fast growth over the next couple of years. So yes, Japan itself is interesting, and small caps are a very interesting part of the market.
Do small caps outperform in Japan?
They actually do. If you look at the very long term, even when the market was very poor, small caps outperformed. And in fact, over the long term, they outperform. And if you compare to when the market is down and when the market is very strong, small caps tend to outperform more in a rising market. So given our strong view of the market overall, for the long term, in terms of a big turnaround over the next decade or so, our outlook for small caps overall is extremely positive.
Why invest in an actively managed small cap fund instead of an ETF?
Well, again, if you look at ETFs, that covers the whole overall market. With us being bottom-up stock pickers, this is where you can find really interesting stocks and pick the most interesting ones rather than invest in just the overall segment. So if you compare, say over the last 3 years to the end of February, the market overall has risen about 10% per annum. If you look at the small cap market, that's gone up about 14% per annum. But if you look at our fund, that's gone up about 18%. So you can compare the difference first with the market overall, the small cap, and then the active managed portion of our fund, which is managed by our team.
Why do you think there is an outperformance in small caps?
Well, I think small caps you have companies where there isn't that much research because there are so many companies, they're small. The amount of coverage that you can find on the sell side is quite limited. So it takes active managers, people who are looking at some of these companies, visiting them, really digging into the details to find them. But the most interesting sections of the market are where there are market inefficiencies due to lack of coverage, and small caps are exactly fit the bill.
Why BNY Mellon for Japan small caps?
Well, if you look at our team, we're not a large team, but we are a team of very experienced fund managers. On average, our experience in the market in industry experience is about 20 years. In addition to that, the team members have worked with me an average of 9 years. So it's not a team which is being slapped together. We have been together for a very long time, have looked at markets both on upside and when it's being weak, seeing lots of different cycles. And the fund managers have a very strong track record of outperformance over the long term. And there are some competitors who have done better than us, but in terms of the stability and performance, I think you'll find very few managers who have done much better than us. So please look at our numbers and please consider Japanese small caps.
Thank you, Miyuki.